Welcome to Biology Crash Course for Form 4 and Form 5 SPM syllabus, where I will put the notes up here and I'll explain it as quick as possible. This is assuming that you have already know most of the things, so it's going to run through pretty fast. So if you want it to slow down, feel free to click the button for the speed control and speed adjustment on the YouTube video itself, and yeah, you can rewatch it as many times as you want. I won't feel tired re-explaining it, so I hope you enjoy this. Not to say enjoy it, I hope it will be helpful for you in your SPM. So here we go, let's start off with the first one. Cellular component, which is the first part that you are going to learn. Let's start with plasma membrane. Let's say this is our cell and then this is our plasma membrane is outside. It separates the cell from the environment and it actually have the movement that is going in and out. It allows the movement through the semi-permeable membrane, which means that permeable means things can go through, semi-permeable means certain things can go through, certain things cannot go through, and also allow the exchange of nutrients. Let's go to the next thing, which is called the cytoplasm, which is all the liquids inside the cell, and basically it's just a medium for the biochemical processes. Now you have the cell wall, which is like a thick layer surrounding it. So there are two things related to it. It provides supports and then it maintains a shape, and secondly it provides a mechanical strength and support. Yeah, basically it's like the same thing. Now afterward you have your vacuole, which is like the water inside. It stores the foods and it contributes to the plant elongation. What is plant elongation? Plant elongation is like when you have more water inside this particular cell here, the cell will actually extend and become longer, elongate. This is when we call it plant elongation. Then you have the nucleus, which is like the CPU or the brain. It controls all the activity in this particular cell. And you have the mitochondria, which is very famous in SPM. Please remember it. Singular is mitochondrion, plural is mitochondria. So in this particular mitochondria, it's like a site for cellular respiration. And then you have the ribosome, which is kind of like a dot that's like attached to that particular rough endoplasmic reticulum. This ribosome is like the site of protein synthesis, which when you learn later on in the enzyme, you will see how it actually functions. Then you got your rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Not so useful now, this cell. Now, the rough endoplasmic reticulum, it transports the protein from that is synthesized from the ribosome inside. So and then after when it goes to one point where it do not have all the ribosomes anymore, no dot beside it, then you only see like a layer of kind of a thing. Just bring a biology book when I explain all this thing. And that is when you have a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And yeah, that smooth endoplasmic reticulum, because it do not have ribosome, what it does, it is just synthesize the lipid and it do the detoxification of drug. Let me repeat that, synthesize lipid, which means produce all the lipids. Lipids are fat, and detoxification of drug. Then after you have the Golgi apparatus, which is very interesting. We call this the factory. Golgi apparatus, it transport, modify, and it package. Let me say one more time. It transport it down, then it modify it, then it repackage it. Okay. So afterward you have your lysozyme, which actually digests. It's like a digestive compartment. So a few examples I can give you here is like let's see, when some kind of plant, some kind of animal cell, like the simple animal cell like paramecium, after they engulf like a cell, and then they will just release the lysozyme inside and it digests. Lysozyme is like an acid, it's like hydrochloric acid, it's like the acid in our stomach, it digests of stuff. That's lysozyme. Then you have the centriole, which forms spindle fiber during cell division. Don't worry, if you want to know more about this, go to Form 4 and then the chapter of the mitosis and meiosis. Then after you have chloroplast, which is for the photosynthesis. And then that's it for the cellular component. We'll go to the next video, which will talk about concentration and density.